Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well, and we are edging, I feel, closer towards a return to golf. We don't know for certain when that is. Obviously, we've seen the England announcements, but we're slightly different to those. I've had a lot of inquiries lately. A lot of people messaging me, have you got any idea when we're back? Um, I personally don't know as of yet. We are still obviously following the government guidelines. Hopefully that will be very, very soon, and we will be back up and running. Um, Anyway, this week's pro tip, I wanted to follow on from my video I did previously just 2 weeks ago, where I discussed the five vital stats to gather when you are back up and running. I think I'm a strong believer in it. I think that these stats are perfect for your own personal development, and I think that as a coach, if my client comes to me present this information, we can stop wasting time in areas which we might not necessarily need to focus on, and we can focus on the areas which do need to be improved in order to improve and see those results down the line. So continuing on from that, I just wanted to look a little bit more into putting and some statistics I've actually gathered, or I found from 2012 on the PGA Tour. Now I know you're thinking, I'm not a PGA Tour professional, why do I want to know that? But it's a lot of people come for lessons and they seem to have this perception that, particularly from sort of 15 feet inwards, that they should be holding more and more putts than what they are. Now, as much as we want that to happen, and as many of the following advices and things we can do to do that, I think it's just it's really very, very useful to know that the PGA Tour statistics from that length inwards might not necessarily be as high as what you feel they are, and hopefully that will give you some confidence and a little bit more awareness of not being expected to hold putts from that distance, and then that will help you confidence down the line. So I'll just dive straight into it. I've got the percentages from 100 feet, but obviously at RADA we don't have that. We haven't got the major greens such as St Andrews and big major links courses like that. So I'm just going to go from sort of 20 feet inwards just to shorten it slightly and hopefully make you guys a little bit more aware. So from 20 feet, I was quite surprised reading these as well actually. From 20 feet, 14% of PGA Tours there would hold out from there. First attempt, and then from 15 feet inwards, we're looking at 15 feet exactly, 22% of putts were held first time. 10 feet, 38%. Now this is the area where people start to go, oh, I don't hold any putts, I never do anything, I'm rubbish from that. But just be aware, from the best players in the world in 2012, from 10 feet, 38% of those putts were held from first attempt. Amateurs again would be, if we looked at 2012, elite amateurs, this would be lower. If we looked at club members, this would be even lower again. So bear this in mind. It is useful, and I think it will help you. From 5 feet, then 75%. So yes, that is a relatively high number. Some of you may well be still surprised with that. But yeah, 75%. So there is room for errors even from that close. So hopefully that will definitely give you a little bit more confidence anyway. And then just to follow on and round up the tip for putting, I've got 3 tips here, which are some things which I've used over the years, certainly coaching, and they're also things which a lot of the sort of elite coaches I've in that department I've sort of looked into and watched videos where they've all said similar things, So first of all, a gut instinct and trusting your gut. That's a big piece of advice there, a big tip I can give you. So always trust your gut. Always trust that your initial feeling of where you feel that putt might be. The line of it or the pace of it, whatever it is. Just trust your gut instinct and go with that. And don't be afraid to follow that instinct, because I think that'll again improve your confidence. And then in conjunction with that, then visualization is a key part. Loads of people use different methods. Some people like to visualize an arc, some people like to visualize 2 gates, some people like to visualize like a dot left or right of the hole and try and hit it at that. I personally prefer using the gate, seeing halfway to the hole, try and get that ball traveling through the gate. That again gives you more confidence to get that ball rolling on the correct line. And then finally, similar to your golf swing, routine is a vitally important piece, and I think if you don't have a routine, and I think, or you change the way you get yourself prepared to make a putt on each hole, I think you'll expect different results every time, and you're not creating any sort of consistency there. And again, I think if you, for example, if you change the amount of practice strokes you have, or the length of time over the putt, the amount of time you spend reading the putt, all these things can lead to doubt, and ultimately, I think to less inconsistencies with your putting. So I think if you put those three pieces of information together, trusting your lines, visualizing the line you go with, whether it's with dots, gates, whatever, like we spoke about, and keep to the same consistent, continuous routine throughout your rounds, and hopefully then we will start to see your putting percentages improve. And as I said, the stats which I've given you from the best players in the world, I hope that some of you are slightly surprised by those numbers, and that they, maybe make you think a little bit more. Oh God, maybe from 10 feet, maybe I am a little bit hard on myself at times, and maybe I do expect a little bit too much of myself from round to round. Anyway, I hope that all makes sense to you, and that will help you when we do get back. I'm actually just as excited to visit the barbers when we are back up and running as I am to play golf. For obvious reasons, the caveman look isn't doing me very well at the moment, I don't think. So equally as looking forward to that, as well as playing golf. Anyway, when we do have more advice, I'm sure we'll be able to let you guys know more about when we are going to get back up and running.